Hello world, I'm Agitated Crane, and today we are finishing Darksiders. Now... yeah, we are just finishing it, I think. Even when we started, when we went to fight Pride, the game told us like something like, this is the final chapter. Okay, and my cat is going crazy in the room, so hopefully it's not going to be too distracting. So I'm not entirely sure how long this is going to take, because yeah, I was like pretty sure that it's only like one fight left, but it looks like we will be dealing with Envy. But at the same time, surely it's not just take Portal to fight Envy. Surely there is something more to it. So yeah, let's see. I want to try to talk with
I
them.
would have died out there if it wasn't for you.
This place is beautiful.
I would have died out there.
With
if it wasn't
humans,
for you.
I mean, but it looks like they don't really have anything of importance to say. I think I can still run around, which is surprising because the game was telling me like, make sure you kill everything because otherwise...
Why did they help me?
It's, kind of what humans do. And the fact that you sent more than a few survivors our way didn't hurt.
All for naught.
We didn't pull you from the rubble to quit now. Envy holds the power of the Seven. Your betrayal can be seen on your face. Left for dead like some useless, discarded thing. But it is not over.
A reflecting pool?
Aye, with a few adjustments. But is only meant for you. Will only take you to your heart's desire.
I desire only to finish what the Council began.
Find your resolve, Horseman. It's all you have now. And it is what you need if you're to stop Envy and unseat your former masters.
So then, yeah, it's just a portal to fight Envy, I guess. But I have a question, right? If you... let's say you went to fight Pride before you entered the cathedral, right? So you would skip like Lust, Gluttony, Wrath, only those three, right? So then you... would she be weaker? Or does it not matter at all?
Humanity wouldn't be here without you, Fury. Remember that.
Welcome. We know the final battle is imminent.
Come
Who
in and prepare yourself
are you
for
people?
battle. I bid you good luck, Rider.
They really messed up with NPCs here. It's probably because... well, here is what I would have done, right? Here, Ultane does everything for you. If I was designing the game, I would have hidden these makers around the world. So then, if you wanted to enchant, for example, enchantments, you would go after this Gal. If you wanted to enchant armor, go after this guy. Or even if you want them to be in like one hub, then surely... like the problem here is that they have a couple of lines, but I have no idea who they are. I don't even remember if they were ever introduced by name. So that's like very strange. And also, I know why Ultane is here, sort of, but why are these guys here? Ultane had that whole deal with Abaddon and stuff like that. So it would make sense that he would go to Earth if he was feeling guilty or something. But who are you guys? And Jones...
For fighting on the right side of history, Horseman. Humanity won't forget this.
Well, I'm triggered. Jones... I think his name is Jones, right? He also is like non-entity. In the beginning of the game he gives us sleep, and then I don't think you can even find him around here. You can only see regular peeps. You can't really see Jones there at all. So that's strange as well. But, oh well. So is this just a portal to fight Envy, or is this... This is progression of the story, okay.
You've spent so long watching and judging that you've forgotten how to fight!
Dare attack this holy sanctum?
I do! I dare! Because no one else ever has! And that makes this sweet! You haughty sons of whores have had this coming for eons! And you have no one but yourselves!
Whose weapons
to
are
thank.
those?
Your lust for power will be your undoing, Envy.
Well, isn't that the pot calling a kettle black? When I'm done here and you're nothing left but pebbles, I will simply wait out the apocalypse and destroy whatever weakened generals remain. The Earth will be mine.
It's over, Envy! You have failed!
Kill her, Horseman. We command.
Oh, shut up! You command nothing but my scorn, and you will know my fury soon enough!
Blasphemy.
Yield or die, Envy!
Seriously?
No, but it was worth a shot.
Nice! Oh, not nice. Not nice.
Was it worth it? Coming all this way simply to prove you are as worthless as when you began?
Ow. So, seriously though, where did this weapon come from? Ow. Man, her moveset is very strange.
You are no better than the hair.
Right? Like, these weapons that she is using, the sword looks sort of like the sword that War is using. Side obviously is used by that, right? Okay, this is fucked up. Ow. Now tentacles, really? Okay. The timing on her is not good. I will have to learn it. I guess this is going to be a tough fight. So, about weapons. Are those like her... supposedly her weapons? Or is it supposed to be like she's using weapons of other sins? But no, other sins... I don't remember other sins having these weapons. I'm pretty sure all of them had like Envy, I guess we didn't meet. I think Slot had like a scepter or something, but he was just sitting on the throne. Greed had bathtub, and then why I thought maybe it's the other sense because Vrad had sort of similar sword, but I guess it's just a sword. But then her weapons are also like, if you consider it, she has sword, same as War, and she does that blade gazer move that War did. If you watched my videos, I don't think you ever saw it once because I never used magic, I guess, or abilities in that game. Then she has size like that and two guns like Strife, so I guess it's supposed to show that she's like that we are envious of our brothers maybe, but where did she get those weapons? Alright, let's skip this. Ow! Man, that... Those moves. Guess I can slowly wither her down. Ow. Well, not like that. Ow. So that's Blade Gazer that War is using.
Even if you beat me, sins never truly die. But horsemen sadly do!
Phew. I'm keeping close to her because I think the moves at range are going to be more annoying to deal with. Ow! Ow!
Simply to prove you are as worthless as when you began.
The fuck? Okay, I think she's going to kill me again. Yep. But I got her to like half the health, I guess. So but it feels like the first stage, like same as we had with Vrat maybe, or I mean similar. Because I cannot see her having that little health.
This is the only time I will ever pity another living soul.
Phew. Okay. Aggressivity is helping us.
There is no life left for you! Even if you beat me, sins never die. Horsemen sadly do!
Ow! I fucked up, I used two, I think. Why am I stuck? Come here. Man. I feel like this is a very stupid fight. I think the issue here is not that the timing sucks. I think the issue here is that I jumped right into the boss battle after not playing for a day.
For you, even if you beat me, sins never
Come here.
die. But horsemen sadly do.
Yeah, the timing is fine. And look at this. No!
There is nothing you have that I do not.
No! Ah.
You are no better than I am. We are the same. The same.
Right, heal.
There is no life left for you. Even if you beat me, sin
And the second phase,
die.
where she uses more of her
Horsemen
like sin abilities, is very annoying. Especially Wrath one, because I'm still not used to this shit. And she attacks as well.
now and forever. All mine.
Phew! No! Man. We are fucked. How do I deal with that though? I have to jump over shockwaves and I have to dodge her attacks as well.
I do not envy you this day. Dishonorable and disgraceful.
No! That is very hard to dodge.
This is the only time I will ever pity.
Got lucky there. How do you dodge that?
I do not envy what you're about to feel next.
Seriously? And this one now. Yo.
We both aspire to greatness, both hate our kin. Only I have everything, and you have nothing.
Wrath again? Like, look at that. Ow.
This is the only time I will ever hit another living soul.
Okay, so I guess stay very, very away from it is the answer.
Was it worth coming all this way simply to prove you are as worthless as when you began?
I mean, I got this. Maybe. I have to figure out how to... what I was going to say? Ow.
We both aspire to greatness, both hate our kin. Only I have everything, and you have nothing.
Okay. Surely I got you now. Wait, that's it? There is no second stage?
No! It was mine! All of it was mine! I deserved it! I had it! Mine!
For the Horsemen!
Are we going to Pokeball her as well? Or is she dead? Like, legit? I guess maybe this... the Saints are sort of like... immortal beings. Like you can't really kill them. You have to capture them. Because they were captured before, right?
It would seem you have finally accomplished your task, Fury. Perhaps you should be rewarded. But perhaps not. Envy may have caught us unawares, but we have more than enough power to deal with an insect like you. You
Really?
have overstepped your bounds, Horseman. You shall be punished, along with your brothers, like the impudent child you are.
That's Flame Hollow, right?
I will not die like this! I will not allow your corruption to spread!
I guess game completed. Lies, game. I completed it on apocalyptic, nice.
Unity is key. If we're to move forward from here, we must move as one.
You won't make it!
BFA?
Enraged. No doubt fueling the attack on Haven in secret. If you have a plan for them... The time is now. Heaven, hell, the Charred Council. They wish to see them annihilated. You know this, but perhaps you don't know the reason. Even before the apocalypse, why were your lives so hard? Because you were created for a great purpose and left unprotected. So those who fear you have set out to destroy you with false promises and wars and sin that they blame on you. They all fear you. That fear can be used against them. Humanity can win this war.
Look around you. This is what's left of humanity, and we are in no shape to fight a war on the scale you
Uther, you are not humanity.
No. You must hide.
from the eyes of heaven and hell. The Council? That's exactly what must be done. But what humanity needs more than a good hidey hole is a protector.
A protector?
Destroyer? Yep.
Let the armies of hell eliminate all that is human. Once and for all, we shall raise this planet. Makers, if you honor your station, do what must be done! Horsemen, come! But the Makers will buy us the necessary time to shuttle the other humans away.
Away to where?
Not back to the Council chamber. What sort of a Maker would it be if I built a doorway that only connected two places, huh? Your heart's desire, Horseman. A safe place for the poor and wanted.
I don't understand.
Aye. Well, you will. Sadly, you will understand it all as you travel with them.
Me?
They are in need of a protector, and you need a new purpose. Am I wrong?
I vow to use all of the powers in my possession to protect humanity. And one day, we will set things right. Together. Uthane, my brother, War, is an innocent in this drama. If you ever find an opportunity to assist him in any way, I would ask you to do so.
I will.
Thank you, Maker. May our future be one of justice.
Aye. Safe travels, Horseman.
Ah, come on.
Strife.
I was thinking that maybe it was the case when he was using the guns, but yeah, I did not want to interrupt the cinematic. Alright, so that's Darksiders 3, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. There are some things I want to comment on. First of all, the makers, I guess, not charge, but like last stand, is not earned, I would say. The reason for that is because we do not know these makers, right? We meet them, they have no lines, they are not involved in any of the side quests or anything like that. So there is that. The Council. Council... First of all, I really liked that when they tried to burn us, we used Flame Hollow, meaning that Lord of Hollows sort of predicted what could... this is my interpretation, right? But I think I'm fairly correct with this, that the Lord of Hollows expected this outcome. Maybe even like Scryte, right? Because he had... I think it was hinted on that he has like some sort of clairvoyance. So maybe he did give us the hollow forms to protect us. Not just to help us on the journey, but like to protect us in the end. Envy Fight. Envy Fight was again surprisingly easy, but I think the issue here is that I'm just so damn good. No, but seriously, I think it's I'm like max level. Well, not max level, but I could have still been like 15 levels above, I think. But I would say that I was on one of the higher levels that is available in the game. Meaning without like excessive grind, and considering that we played for the first time. So I think I'm on one of the higher levels there. I also fully completed the Void DLC, where we had these construct guardians guarding the serpent holes, and from what I have seen, not a lot of people actually completed them. Looking at percentages of achievements, I actually mentioned this before, but oh, by the way, artist, I'm not seeing I'm not seeing the Joe Madureira there. So I was right that he's not exactly doing the art for the game. Man, I'm jumping from one topic to another. The max level, I think it's 100. The problem is I'm not sure how interested I would be in replaying the game. I mean, obviously, eventually I will replay it because I like the Darksiders too much. But like right now, I don't really want to jump into New Game Plus because I'm not seeing. Like I feel like, let's say in Dark Souls, you have like no idea where you are going, right? There are so many places to explore. You can try different builds, different spells, different weapons. You can try killing NPCs, for example. You can. There are a couple of choices you can make. Whereas in here, if you are going through the game with a comp as I did, I feel like I went through with the game as with a comp. I think I missed only a couple of items, and I'm pretty sure only one human, because it otherwise doesn't make sense that I received achievement on 10 humans, 15 humans, but and then I found all in all 19 humans, I think, which makes me think that there is one more hidden somewhere for the 20 humans achievement. So I feel like I found everything in the game. The only...
So the young one plays nursemaid to mankind. It is of no concern. Abaddon rules over the earth. Heaven and hell scramble to take their place at the table. And the Council? The Council works against the very balance they profess to uphold. Soon, corruption will overtake them all. And only I shall remain. You may go.
I think they changed voice actor for the prince. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to play it. I just... I guess I want to see what's what.
Why did the Creator construct a universe teeming
And let's actually watch this as well,
with misery,
once more.
sin? Among the scholars of both heaven and hell, this query is known as
Actually, let's talk over this a little bit. If you want to see it, check the very first episode.
by definition
I'm just seeing if maybe I will catch something here. So back to Dark Souls, right? You can play it in different ways the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time through. But with Darksiders 3, I think the only difference you would want to see is the choice between Abraxas and Lord of Hollows. Like, what happens if you kill Lord of Hollows? What happens if you kill Abraxas? Probably nothing, but it's like... I think they are the only unique fights that are available there. I'm also curious if Envy is, for example, significantly weaker if you do not collect all the sins. Because she was using that tentacle move that is from Gluttony. She was using... she was summoning Vrad, Pride, and Lust at one point. So if we didn't code them and she didn't have them in the Pokeball, would she not have these moves? In which case she would only use Slot and Greed and then fight with weapons, which is... Yeah, I would say it's significantly easier fight. Even though I think the only serious threat there is Vrad with his shockwaves. Let's talk about the art style. It does not match the rest of the series. Not only... well, I guess... it sort of matches because obviously you have like the original designs in here, but new designs for scenes. Maybe I should not be talking over this now. I'm realizing that it's probably like very annoying to hear two voices. Okay, let's keep it run. Or let's skip it actually. Man.
Dreams more thrilling than reality. Had I known the new pact would be so exciting, I would have let walls separate my head from my neck then and there. Is it possible to die of boredom?
I am annoyed that they killed Rampage.
Rampage. Bored as I am.
We are a horseman after all.
If I didn't love you so much...
Let's skip it. This as well. And then this is where we will receive the Watcher, so I want to see...
Please, please tell me you're a planet of demons that needs slaying. Or two. War. What pathetic fate have you brought upon yourself, brother?
Watch your tongue.
I may be least favored of all the horsemen, but my tongue never found me chained to a rock like some dog.
Fury, approach us.
I take it there is a mess that needs tending to.
Though you jest, you speak true. War has broken his vows to this council and shattered the seventh seal.
The apocalypse. Why would he...
We know not. Yet. As we speak, Earth falls beneath the spears of heaven and the hammers of hell.
So the horsemen are to ride.
No. While the Charred Council seeks to understand how and why the traitor war has committed this abominable act, there is a matter that requires delicate attention.
Should
Delicate.
have called Strife. He's the delicate one.
The seven deadly sins have been released, by whom we cannot say, but the seven roam the earth, free of our prison. The balance between order and chaos is already in jeopardy. The seven cannot be left unchecked. War is in chains. Death is missing. Strife attends to other matters. The last time you faced the sins, it required all four of you.
I can handle those fools in my sleep. But when this task is complete, I demand that you grant me my rightful place leading the horsemen.
If you would trade obedience for a title, so be it. But never make a demand upon us, horsemen. You depart immediately.
Greetings, Miss Fury. I must admit, this is a fortuitous fate.
How does no one recognize that
You
she is a
doubt my
sin?
allegiance?
Please, be not cross. I am such an admirer. Scratch that. I'm a fan. You are the
And she's
horseman.
sycophantic from the beginning, so it's not like she's replaced
Enough!
in the second half. I mean,
Stay
not the
out
second
my
half.
way.
I will be
After
as
the
unto
fight
a
with Envy.
shadow, steadfast, silent.
More silence!
Go! Seek out the place called Haven. Your quest for the seven deadly begins there.
But we do not...
Wait. Whatever has passed between us, search your heart. You cannot believe I am guilty of these crimes. Something is wrong with the universe. Be vigilant, Fury. Forces conspire against us. Heed my words!
But we do not receive Pokeball here. We get it from Envy, which is supposedly an illusion. So it would, I guess, make sense that if it's an artifact created by her, then she would make herself, I guess, immune to it, or invisible to it. I'm not sure. So what our level remains. Our Rider's Mercy is I think maxed out from the previous game, so it's Nephilim Respite. I think we have the weapons unlocked, but we cannot use them until we get hollows, which are locked behind the story. But the items and armors and what do you call them, enchantments are still still available to us. So art. And it still intends to teach us what is going on in the game. Nice. So let's talk about the art, and let's actually go back because I'm not going to play the game for the second time right now. Let's talk about art. It's different. I'm not sure why Joe Madureira is not involved so much with this. I guess maybe well, here is the thing, right? I don't know exactly what was the deal with all these companies. I don't know if he owned Vigil or he was working for Vigil. But then when Vigil was purchased by THQ and Darksiders game was purchased by THQ, my stomach is rumbling. Hopefully it's not too obvious. But I guess THQ purchased the IP rights, but not like the talent behind it. Like Joe is not attached to the project now, I think. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not read all the credits, but when art department was scrolling through, I haven't seen him there. So that's something strange. I would also say that even though I like Return to Earth, I'm really disappointed that we are not seeing an upgrade in visual quality. And let me... Not I guess visual, artistic quality. And let me explain this. Darksiders 1 was apocalyptic like this one, right? The environments were sort of... Well, they were different. But you could see that the art team with environments did a decent job. It's apocalyptic Earth with nature taking over, but I'm pretty sure we are too soon here to see this much nature and collapse and decay, because supposedly war was just recently captured, and in like 300 years or so he will be released back to Earth to figure out what is going on. If you compare the art to Darksiders 2, and I mentioned this in Darksiders 2 Let's Play several times, the art there is stunning. Like you have like beautiful skyboxes, you have you can see the world in the distance, and it's very, very beautiful. You don't really have anything like that in here. But at the same time, I mean, I agree that this is a different environment. It's not Kingdom of Dead that has like a bunch of ruins and tombs. It's not Makers land, which is like enchanted fairyland. It's not ice ice crown where Crowfather is. So yeah, it sort of makes sense that it's not as visual, since it's just an Earth. But yeah, I miss it a little bit. Fury, I love Fury. I think I have to talk about the voice actress though. Again, I haven't read the credits to mention her by name, but I think her voice is great for Fury, but she she's not a screamer. if I guess let me explain that as well. There are several instances in the game where Fury is like enraged or very emotional, and she screams, right? But the voice actress, it feels like she's a little bit scared to fully like scream, right? It's like that that fakes, not fake. It's like very tame scream, like when you try to scream without actually screaming. So yeah, I would have preferred if she just went nuts in the recording booth and screamed her lungs out, or and but you know, it's fine. It's not something that is bad. It's just something that I noticed, especially in the gluttony fight where she sees the head of Rampage, right? She does that enraged, or I guess saddened scream, but I don't know. I didn't feel it. Story-wise, I have questions. So many questions. You have like no idea. First of all, who released the sins? I think I think either Envy or Lord of Hollows mentioned that Charred Council released sins, but then why? Just to send me on like a wild goose chase? Who knows? I'm not entirely clear on that. The game expands on the universe lore with Lord of Hollows, which is very cool. I like that idea. It sort of builds upon Darksiders 2, where in Darksiders 2 we learn about that soul circle, right? That when the soul dies, it goes to the Kingdom of Death. It's sort of judged there, waited. It's sent to the Well of Souls, and then the soul is reincarnated. And so what Lord of Hollows does is when with the angel and demon that come to him, they come supposedly on their own will because they are tired of endless rebirth. Supposedly angels and demons are more aware of this than humans, I guess. And so he hollows them, removing these souls from the circle of life. But, and here is actually a huge but, or I guess asshole, right? We feed souls to Vulgrim, but it would make more sense to feed the souls to the Lord of Hollows, because he's collecting souls, and he's using these souls for something. As it is, we don't really bring him any souls. He just sits there. Maybe sometimes some people come there and he takes their souls, and he collects these souls to ascend, essentially. And yeah, I don't know where that is going. I'm not sure if the choice that I made is the correct one. Honestly, I'm really excited to see where they will take that. The fact that he was an ex-Charred Council is troubling, to say the least. we only saw Charred Council as those three stone heads with flame mouths and stuff like that. And I... Like, honestly, I thought that that is what they are, as strange as it sounds. Like, I thought that they do not have a body, that they are sort of like a Sauron was after he lost Ring of Power. That he did not have physical form, he had that tower and he had that eye, which I think it's native to the movies. In the books he didn't even have the eye on the tower. So yeah, but so I was thinking that they are something like that they are without the bodies, without yeah, without the form or shapes, but it looks like they are beings like the Lord of Hollows. So is it then that all of them look like that, or are they like all different species, I guess? Who knows? Why I don't understand why they send me on the wild goose chase, because if they didn't summon me, I would have been in that desert with Rampage, and I guess I would have been there for a very long time anyway. I guess they were worried that maybe Death would find me and like recruit me to some revenge, revolution, I guess. I don't know. Sins. What the fuck are sins? Like each... well, no. The design of the sins does not match. And not only with the overall Joe Madureira style, but they do not match much together, and I am seriously confused by them. Because you have Lust and Pride who look like humans, or I guess like Nephilim, which is like another issue completely. Because I honestly, I wouldn't mind if the sins were Nephilim, all of them. But then you have Vrat, which is like some flaming guy in armor, which I'm not sure what he is. Then you have Greed, that is like a demon, or I guess treasure goblin from Diablo and Warcraft as well. That they had treasure goblins as well there during Legion. So again, different species. Then Sloth is a bug. Gluttony is whatever gluttony is. I guess you could consider him a demon, maybe. And then you have Envy, which is like four-armed something. We don't even see her face, which is strange. And explain to me, why does she have Death's mask and weapons that are obviously like a rip-off of other Darksiders? Why does she have guns if she never used them in the fight with me? That's strange as well. Speaking of Warcraft, anyone else feels like they played Darksiders 3 and decided to rip off Lord of Hollows, create the Jailer, and send people to the Shadowlands and orbit the story around the souls and the undead and the circle of life and rebirth and shit like that. I guess maybe it's coincidence, but I feel it almost feels like there is some serious like espionage going on. I'm not sure about the timeline. Shadowlands were released, I think, last year. Not released, announced. Darksiders 3 was released around that same time, but I guess you had promotional information before. I was ignoring it completely, so I'm not sure if it was revealed there, maybe, and Blizzard decided to that it's and Blizzard was inspired in quotation marks. Like I don't know, it just feels very strange. And then in even in like Shadowlands cinematic, you see the jailer, and he looks very similar to Lord of Hollows. Like he has, well, I guess not as similar, but he has that not bent over, crunched, I guess, stance, and the crown. I don't know. Feels like really similar. Maybe both Darksiders and Warcraft is stealing it from somewhere else. I guess D&D is very popular place from where Warcraft steals frequently. But yeah, I wonder what is going on there. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if like they hired a new artist who previously worked for Darksiders, maybe, or like seriously, it feels like espionage at this point. What else? Gluttony fight. Whoever designed that needs serious talking to. I calmed a little bit. I apologize for my outburst. I think I wasn't very pleasant. I was very toxic, if you will. But yeah, that fight is shit. Very poorly designed. Let's hope that whoever did that learned from his mistakes, and next time it would be better. Gameplay. We haven't talked about gameplay. I have my issues with gameplay, to be honest. There are actually several of them. First of all, the swing. The swinging is very annoying. It is, I would say it's poorly executed. Like when you play Darksiders 1 or Darksiders 3, I guess it's not just swing, it's the platforming overall. When you play Darksiders 1 and Darksiders 2, the platforming there is like great. It's top of the line. It's still to this day, which is, I mean, it hasn't been that long, but to this day the platforming in those two games is incredible. In here we have swing, which I feel like it doesn't work. Like maybe I'm not using it correctly, but there is strange delay before she actually latches on to whatever she is swinging from. Often you need to use Fire Hollow to jump far enough to reach whatever you are swinging from, and often the whip doesn't trigger and you attack instead, which is very annoying. Like I know they probably designed it with consoles in mind, but on PC we have like a bunch of what do you call them, buttons, and you could have easily put swing on something else. Like I'm pretty sure middle mouse doesn't do anything. Like right now I'm clicking it, nothing is being done, so you could have put the swing on middle mouse, and maybe even like I think you can actually fairly easily count the number of places that you actually swing, use the swing, which why do you even have it? Like it's not like it's very it's the game is not based on platforming too much, like in Darksiders 2. In Darksiders 2, if you tried to count all the walls you had to run over, you would go crazy. But here I'm pretty sure I can like go from memory, and I'm sure there are like less than 20 of those beams that you can swing from. Why do you even have them? Other than that, jumping. Look, the Dark Souls type of games is not designed to be a platformer. I'm sorry if some people don't agree with me, but it just doesn't. Dark Soul type of games is designed around the combat, and From Software actually keeps trying to make platforming happen in all their Dark Souls, Bloodborne, all their games. It sucks in all of them. Like, I'm not sure there is like someone who is a huge fan of Dark Souls and he likes platforming there. It's clunky, it doesn't work half the time, but at least in Dark Souls type of in Dark Souls franchise, the developers have the presence of mind to not have platforming with in places where there are enemies. Where in here you have several places where you have to jump to somewhere, but there is an enemy who keeps attacking you, keeps throwing shit at you, and you can't really dodge it. And in Dark Souls there are several places like that, but they are treated as challenges. But in here it feels like bad design, like they just forgot that enemy is going to interfere with your platforming. Back to more platforming, I guess. Hollow forms. I don't like them. I feel like here is the thing, right? I wouldn't mind if you gave you like hollow forms, because let's say you need fire to go through the fire area, you needed force to walk underwater, you need stasis to walk on water or something like that. You need storm hollow to fly, but why do you need the switches? Why do you need Why couldn't it be that you're unlocking more abilities that you can then use at will? Why do you have to switch from fire to another hollow form, for example? Like it's strange to say the least. And then you have like weapons tied to hollow forms, which is very strange decision. Like why? I would have preferred weapons to be easily accessible. I understand that Darksiders have like Darksiders have the previous games have primary weapon and secondary weapon. So I sort of understand why we have primary weapon and secondary weapon here as well, but why can't I switch secondary weapons more easily? Why do I have to switch hollow forms and change my moveset as well with that? Why can't I just scroll a little bit with mouse wheel and switch the weapon I want to use? I would, for example, I'm fan of heavy weaponry, so I would have, for example, liked to use both the hammer and the axe, but the game does not allow me. It does not allow such a thing. You have to tie the weapon to the hollow. Don't really like that. Hate consumables. I don't think they were needed. Consumables, I would say they make more sense in Dark Souls because Dark Souls are tough as nails, and the consumables sometimes help you overcome the challenge. There are also shits like a bunch of status effects. You have consumables that do something with enemies, but in here you have like several types of heals. You have wrath shards, strength shards, stuff like that. You don't really need them. Like I played the game and I never used them. I used a couple of them by accident, and that's when I was trying to heal actually, so it interfered with my healing. The game sometimes switches the consumables. Supposedly the switch is on the mouse wheel, so when you scroll through the consumables, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't touching it. Like maybe if I was scrolling through the store or something like that in with Vulgrim, maybe that's the case, but yeah, I don't understand that. Finding items in the game. So a little bit torn about this as well. I like that if you miss some item, you don't really mind, because it's either consumable that you don't use. It could be soul soul item that you don't really need because you can defeat enemies to get souls anyway, right? Or it could be angelic artifact or something like that, which you also don't need because you can grind for them in the Crucible, or you can buy them from Vulgrim. Not a lot of them, but a couple of them, right? So I am very happy that if I miss something, I don't really mind. But at the same time, it's less exciting that well, I guess they mix it up a little bit with enchantments, where you can you find enchantments in the world. So that's cool. I guess I would have preferred that maybe they went with weapon route as well, I honestly wouldn't mind armor as well. Armor. Armor is very annoying. You start in base armor and it's fine. You can then buy other armors from Vulgrim, but they have this specific hollow bonus, which I don't know. I really don't like it when it limits you like that. Like it's a useless stat if you are not using that specific hollow form. I guess the intended strat was as soon as you get Flame Hollow, you go buy the armor, because that's the only hollow you are going to use. As you get Storm Hollow, you go buy Storm Hollow armor, because now that you got the Storm Hollow, you will be using it a lot because you need it to reach some places. But yeah, I haven't really spent my souls on armor, so I purchased all of them at almost at once, at like somewhere in the end of the game, so whatever. Back to platforming, I remembered something. There are a couple of places where you have to switch hollow forms during the platforming. Like you have to triple jump with fire, then switch to storm to glide, and stuff like that. It feels clunky. I really don't like it. As I mentioned before, I would have preferred if it were just abilities that were unlocked for your use. For example, like what's the deal, right? You can have flame be triple jump, like press three times spacebar. If you hold spacebar, you can glide. If you if you jump on walls, you can you can use that stasis hollow that way. I guess the only one left would be force hollow, but honestly, that ball puzzle, not puzzle, that ball movement is very bad. Like I think it just as you latch on to the wall, it remembers your position, and then you don't really use the movement keys. You just start moving in the direction that the wall is, that the crystal wall leads, and then all the corners the ball will handle himself. But if you try to change the direction, you get fucked. I think in that stasis dungeon in Serpent Halls, in the stasis swing, you can see me struggling with the ball movement a lot. What else? Let me think. Strife. We got Strife. I would say it was unexpected. I have no idea why he stayed hidden from us, why he did not help us, why he was masquerading as human. No idea. Why he was bitchy in the beginning towards us. I don't know. And then why when he was talking with us, like he was when he was giving us a pep talk, he was going like, yeah, that's what humanity is about, and like, what? But you are not human. Are we supposed to gather from this that strife is like that he has like identity crisis, that he's the most emotional of all the Darksiders, I guess. It's also strange that I feel like Charred Council actually knows where Strife is, because when they list all the horsemen, they say like War is imprisoned, Death is missing, Strife is otherwise preoccupied. It's not like Strife is missing, or it sounds like he's on a mission as well. But what is the mission? Chilling with Ultane? Let's talk about the Makers, I guess. I'm happy to see Ultane again, but the other two Makers, I bitched about it a lot. I don't understand why they didn't give them more things to do. But, oh well. I overall really like the Dark Souls light design in this game. I really appreciate that you can upgrade weapons, so level up with souls. But again, as I said, it's trimmed, I would say, too much. I feel like it showcases the strong parts, strong designs of Dark Souls. Like it's really fun to upgrade weapons. It's not as convoluted as crafting in other RPGs. It's fairly straightforward. Leveling up is straightforward as well. But with leveling, you have only three things to level up, which is like, so what? You can't really have different builds with this. Like I'm sorry, but you really can't. Like maybe you could argue that if you pull absolutely everything into strength, or absolutely everything in arcane, in dodges and stuff like that, but like why would you? Like you can clearly see diminishing returns when you start spamming these stats. So why wouldn't you switch to another stat and start improving there as well? Because I'm pretty sure that all of these stats have like hard limit. Like you cannot. I think you can max them all out. Same as you can max out weapons and enchantments. And it's not even the limited resources. I'm actually very happy that they do not have it like in like Dark Souls have. Like if you try to upgrade everything in that game, you first of all there is too much shit to upgrade, and second of all, if you try to upgrade everything, you are just not. You will just run out of upgrade materials. But in Dark Souls, it's also the case of you can't use everything because you have different builds. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going with this. I think I like this more, but at the same time, why do you have this? Why? Like, why do you have these three stats? Why don't you have just level up by spending souls and it will level up everything? Why try this when this doesn't make sense? You cannot upgrade armor, which is very annoying. The enchantments... the enchantments have clear build in mind. Like you cannot look at two enchantments, like for example this one, 20% more damage and 20% more health, and like example this one, right, 0.1% per 3000 souls. Like it's not a competition with these enchantments. Like it's quite obvious that some of them are better and you are supposed to be using them. Other than that, you have like an utility enchantments like this one that gives you more souls, or the one that oh wow, they actually took away salvation. I had the Obscurus on salvation, but I'm pretty sure the Obscurus I still have, right? Yeah. So like Obscurus, you have to use it. Like it gives you more longer invincibility window. So yeah. And the world design is fine. There are some hidden areas, there are some shortcuts. I would say I'm fairly happy with it. So we covered art, we covered story, we covered gameplay, we covered characters, items. What else is there left to cover? I guess music and sound design overall. Music in this game I really like, but sound design is a little bit lacking, because I think I pointed it out in several places where the music and combat sounds and environment sound start to clash a little bit, and it doesn't sound good. Like for example, that fight with Vrad, when you have the cutscene where you are defeating him, it's it has very poor sound. Like you have the noise of the battle overpowering the music and the sounds of the Vrad execution, I guess. Executions. There are no executions in the game. Very annoyed with this. The executions in Darksiders 1 were glorious. In Darksiders 2 they were sort of meh, and they were actually going away from them. The execution was a stat that was used on that was added to weapons, so you didn't have like execution each time you defeated an enemy like in Darksiders 1, but instead you had like 20% chance to trigger execution. In here you don't have them. They try in some cases where when you fight the enemy and the enemy gets reduced to 0 hit points, you get like that E prompt to start the cutscene, but the executions are really meh. That E prompt was mostly I think against the Void Guardians, and she was basically just lifting them up and tearing them apart with telekinesis. And I feel like that's a missed opportunity, because you can have a lot of cool stuff with a whip. I think the only execution there is actually the one with Envy, I think that's like the only execution where you use your whip, and I wouldn't even say that it's a good one, but it's at least something. With Brad, for example, you just threw a sword at him, and with other sins, you basically just defeated them and then used Pokeball to catch them, so that's like very, very meh. And then other enemies just die, even like those little mini bosses. I want to talk more about the game, but I think like that I exhausted all the topics. Oh, actually no, I covered the beginning of the story, but not the end. So Fury is now guardian of humanity, and they hid humanity somewhere. Now that's a question where, and it's actually like very, very interesting, because you can't really, obviously you cannot send them to hell, you cannot send them to heaven. Kingdom of Death is also poor decision. Makers world is probably, I think it's established that it's like in its twilight and it's dying. So I guess they were sent to like a completely new undiscovered area, which is very intriguing. What else? The tease at the end with the prince. I think he's called the prince. I honestly disliked it because it's like it's these two characters, Lilith and the prince, were not in Darksiders 1. In Darksiders 2, Lilith was shoehorned in like one of the dungeons, where she had like maybe 1 or 2 lines, and then there was basically the same tease at the end where the prince was talking to Lilith. And so this is the same, but like honestly didn't really like what was the point of it? Like it was just mustache twirling for mustache twirling sake. It didn't set up anything, it didn't even like hold on, maybe they are implying that the two of them, like Lilith or Prince, were responsible for release of sins, maybe? I don't know. UCL. UCL did not come into play. I saved him, or I guess I spared him is more precise terminology. He gave us the enchantment and that's about it. I guess then his angels did not attack us, but at that point we rarely meet them, so whatever. I wonder if you killed him, then I guess the angels in that warehouse of his would have been hostiles, I guess. I'm a little bit disappointed that there was no side cutscene with him where it actually comes into play that you spared him. Like maybe he could have helped here protect the humans when they were escaping. Yeah. But and this is actually something I wanted to talk a little bit about, right? Because you have also Lord of Hollows and Abraxas and UCL, and those are like three choices you have, I would say. The UCL one is a little bit hidden choice, where I think everyone got it because it's just easier to ignore him and fight Lust instead of trying to kill him and then kill Lust. So I'm guessing most of the people kept him alive. But I still consider it like a hidden choice because it can go either way. Then you have Abraxas, where you can choose to kill him or let him live. And then you have Lord of Hollows, where you can choose to kill him or let him ascend. So that's interesting, because I feel like all of these could be utilized in the future, but then how do you utilize it? Because Darksiders is not the type of game as Mass Effect, for example, where you would transfer your saves and continue playing with the world that you shaped, even though obviously they are cheating there a little bit. It's they are designing it smartly that it works with in either case. But in here I'm actually curious what they are going to do with those three characters. I feel like Abraxas is a non-entity. They can easily just ignore him. But the fact that Fury has like a favor with 7th Legion, with like an entire, well, I guess that they are very, they are decimated at this point, but it's still like, what, 20 angels of 7th Legion and Angelic General. I feel like that could come in play later. And Lord of Hollows, you like, you can't ignore him, right? I guess you can leave it to ambiguity, where his plan comes to fruition somewhere way into the future, so the next games would probably not deal with him at all, but I feel like you cannot just ignore him. Like it's a huge lore character at this point, and the decision you make actually shapes like the balance of the universe. So you cannot ignore it. And you cannot use the logic that we will transfer the save and it's not going to matter. Either way, it's just going to be a throwaway line. You cannot do that. So and this is something that I would like to eventually try. Because as I said, I am trying to be game developer, even though like I'm lazy. I probably won't ever publish anything, but I'm trying to work on it, and I have some like ideas and cool design stuff that I'm considering. And actually, in case like this, when you have like, if I was THQ, I would look at the achievements, right? Because I'm pretty sure they did the achievements for killing Lord of Hollows or sparing him and stuff like that. Or if they didn't, they should have. or maybe they have access to that sort of stats anyway. But yeah, if you then looked at like Steam achievements, GOG achievements, you could figure out where majority of your player base, what not where, what majority of your player base has chosen, and then consider that canon. I guess I think that's a cool idea. I would even say that it's better than transferring the saves as Mass Effect did, because like, and this is like a tangent on in completely different direction, but BioWare games are not really, like, I know a lot of people consider them like pinnacle of storytelling, but they are not really. They cheat a lot with these save transfers. Like they have it doesn't really matter. Like if you let's say there was a character in the first game and you kill him. In the second game, it either and you have the choice, either kill him or let him live. In the second game, if you let him live, he will play a role. If you killed him, the same role will be played by like another character. So they cheat there a lot. It's an illusion of choice and illusion of choices actually mattering. Wrath attacks, rarely ever use them. A lot of fights, this is something I want to comment as well. There are some fights that are very clunky on the visuals, like that there is a lot of shit happening. Namely, the Colossus fight that we had the most trouble with. If you remember, in second stage he infuses one of his arms with lightning and the other with fire, and that lightning is like, wow. That covers like your entire screen and you have no idea what is going on. Now imagine if I tried to use lightning wrath attack there to summon like 3 tornadoes into that overall house. Whew. I also want to cover combat a little bit because I feel like they dropped the balls a little bit with combat. Now obviously the combat is in the same line with Darksiders 1 and 2, where you have sort of a rhythm-based combat. You have you can either keep slashing or you can wait after the swings. But I don't know, I feel like Darksiders 1 and 2 had more variety. That's first of all, and second of all, not second of all, I guess that's not. And second issue I have with it is that once you start rolling with combat, you can't really cancel it. Well, I guess maybe, I don't know. My experience is that I switched to swing to hit attacks in boss fights, because otherwise you don't have time to dodge and to react to what they are doing. So 2 hit wait what they do, either dodge, jump or whatever, and then to hit again to damage. I don't know, I don't feel that's I feel like they could have done better. Anyway, I really like this game. Darksiders 1 is still number 1 in my opinion. I would say it is better than Darksiders 2, but Darksiders 2 has that special place in my heart where it looks beautiful and it expands the lore of Darksiders universe by like miles and miles and miles. So yeah, that's about it. I think I covered everything. If I remember anything else, I guess I will put it into video description. But yeah, another game down, and I'm looking forward to playing the next one. The next game that I will be playing on the side is not going to be Darksiders Genesis, even though it's already out, and I really want to play it, but at the same time I played all 3 Darksiders in a row, and I feel like I need a break, because as much as I like them, I need a little bit of variety in my life, right? So yeah, that's it. Something completely different is going to be happening in the next Let's Play, but I think from what I heard about the game that we are going to play, I think it's also has like inspirations from Dark Souls. So yeah. Anyway, I've been Agitated Crane. Goodbye. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you were entertained. Consider subscribing to my site. My plan is to play through a lot of games, both new, old and maybe even ancient. I would also like to start writing a blog regularly about movies, TV shows, books, comic books and hell, whatever else comes to my mind, I guess. Since I'm trying to be a writer and game developer as well, I will try to post some of my short stories or updates about games that I'm currently working on. But don't worry, if you subscribe, I won't spam you with all of that. I will be sending out an update when I start a new playthrough, with mention which game was finished before, so you will know which game just got finished and can be binged without waiting for the next episode, and you will know which game I'm playing currently and if it will interest you. And I guess I will occasionally throw in a blog post that I'm very passionate about and really want you to read. This is mostly about some news that really concerns me. So yeah, subscribe. I've been Agitated Crane, and goodbye.